Hi, this is Perry Ray with Reinvent Marketing, and this is webinar number 1 in a series on CCC Makerspace social media. This webinar is going to be on the introduction. If you come across any questions, please leave those in the comments area on YouTube and we'll get back to you with the answers as soon as we can. So, introduction to social media. We're going to talk about the purpose of social media, a little bit about the mission statement, the goals, and some of the policies. So the purpose of social media. Obviously, it's fun to look at Facebook and Instagram with friends and family, but it's also an amazing education tool. Social media isn't only about selling or promoting a product or service, but it's about engaging with an audience or community, having fun with them, making new connections, giving them reasons to talk to you and about you, finding out about them, and having a conversation and building a long-term relationship. Because for business, that's what it's all about, is an education, building a relationship, building up trust, and getting your great information out there. So for the CCC Makerspaces, we want to have an avenue to connect with your ecosystem. That's the really important piece of this is connecting with the people that are going to be using and talking about what you're doing. Facilitate a two-way communication. Obviously, help have the community be your champions, share your information, share the great stuff that you're doing. Listen and interact versus just telling them. And that's easy to do because everything that is going on in the Makerspace is pretty much exciting and easy to share and get interaction from the community. And obviously you've heard of the viral effect. A great project or a great video, a great mentorship story can really get viral and take that message a very long way. We also are looking to increase the CCC Makerspace's awareness, the entire program. We want to get that out there to more people, more colleges, and we want to establish the whole program as a thought leader in the Makerspace arena. Give you a channel to personalize what you've got going on in your Makerspace and educate the community and partners as to what you're doing. It's a great tool to collaborate with your community, gain some insight into what kind of programs they're looking at doing or sharing, and generate online buzz, of course. So the mission statement of the Makerspaces is in alignment with the general CCC mission and vision, and that can be found on the cccmaker.com About tab. So the CCC Makerspaces social media will facilitate sharing information to reach the maker community, local business, community leaders, students, faculty, and of course the media. While retaining the overarching message of CCC Maker, the biography of each Makerspace shall also reflect how it is unique. So we're going to talk about some of the goals. Obviously, a big one is to educate the audience on everything that you've got going on in your Makerspace. Everything from the membership, details about who's joining, who can join, what kind of technology you have, the tools and equipment available, the different workshops and classes that you might offer, speaking events, mentorships, and all the details that you would like to give about your physical space. And of course, to grow the membership and community participation. So on the right, you can see that the CCC Makerspace Twitter account retweeted something from Maura Clancy, and it was a great video on wind tubes. So you can see how really exciting this information is to share and how easy it is to get attention. This particular post, right as soon as it was done, got a share and 4 likes. We're going to talk more about that later and how to actually start posting. Additional goals are sharing event information, also outside industry events and workshops that people that are in your members of your makerspace might want to attend, education and training, networking, and obviously highlight the progress of your projects. And if some of the people that are in your makerspace members would like to be highlighted, that's always great as well. Create community and have them engage in all of your discussions. That's very important. We also want to grow interest from businesses in the area, leaders, and highlight any employers that might be offering internships to some of the students. Again, on the right here, you can see that the college, CCC College, Community College Makerspace page on Facebook shared a post from the Santa Maria Discovery Museum. And this was a great post that had a lot of interest, and it's really great to share information like that because you want them to know about your makerspace and hopefully reciprocate and share any information that you might have. So that's a great way of getting attention, getting known. And again, we'll talk about that in another webinar further. Some of the policies for having social media accounts: you always want to follow your college and the CCC Chancellor's Office policies. So when you're going to choose a name, you want to see what they have for naming and different guidelines, logos, and you want to use a consistent message. You can always look on the CCC Maker pages for inspiration and maybe take that and get it cleared with the particular college if that's what you need to do. And remember that you're responsible for what you post. You might be a good idea if you're using interns or multiple people posting on your accounts that you have them use their initials at the end of a post. That way, if questions or comments come up, you can find out who posted and get that answered. These policies are pretty obvious. Use of obscenities or other offensive, inappropriate material or content is obviously strictly forbidden. And you don't want to use any copyrighted material without permission. Now, for a lot of the stuff that's going on to the your pages, it'll be pretty easy to have your original content because you've got so many great choices to pull from. But you do want to have a procedure to take anything down in case there was something up there that was not approved and copyrighted. You also want to be aware of the terms and conditions of any third-party social media sites that you're using, such as YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, because they might have policies that you would, should review as well. You also want to follow the college and the CCC Chancellor's Office Code of Conduct, anti-discrimination and harassment policy, and any privacy and security policies. That's a pretty important one. Another policy that you want to make sure that you're following is to monitor for reputation any of the comments, messages, and mentions that are on your posts, because you don't want to have someone posting negative information and you just leave it sitting there for a long time. So make sure you have a plan in place to deal with anything that might come up. And also, if there is something that is might anger you, remember to wait, think about it. Don't make a rash remark. You can always hide it and then respond or take it down at a later time. This post on the right is another great example of sharing and use of hashtags. So the Makerspace, CCC Makerspace Twitter account shared Maura Clancy's Remake Edu experience, and it's a great way again to get in on the action for those two accounts and on that hashtag. So that's a policy that you want to make sure that you're following, is engaging yourself, not just waiting for people to engage with you, but engaging with other maker spaces and other community members. So that is the end of the webinar number 1. Thank you very much for attending. Make sure that you're tagging and following CCC Maker as much as you can. The hashtag CCC Maker should be on as many posts as you can, because that is a very popular tag at this point, and that's the way different community members will be able to find each other. If you have any questions on this topic, you can email them to me directly at perryray@ray-eventmarketing.com. And then up next is how to start setting up your social media accounts. And this one will be for Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.